You know that moment? You walk through the door, and the first thing your dog does is this big, goofy stretch, front legs out, tail wagging like crazy. You probably think, oh, he's just waking up from a nap. But what if I told you it's so much more than that?
Seriously, let's get into this because that simple little stretch you see every day is actually a huge emotional signal, a message that you might be missing, and it comes straight from their heart. So today, we're going to decode that stretch and 9 other kind of weird things your dog does. If you've ever looked at your dog and thought, what on earth are you trying to tell me? Well, you've come to the right place.
All right, let's kick things off with how our dogs greet us. Those moments of just pure, unfiltered joy.
So that sweet stretch when you come home? Well, that's what experts call a play bow. It's not just a random movement. Nope. It's a very specific, very intentional invitation for you to connect with them, to play, to just bond.
So when they do this the second they see you, what they're really saying is that you are the absolute highlight of their world. They're just bursting with happiness, and all they want is your attention right there in that moment.
Okay, what about this one? Your dog comes over and drops their favorite slobbery toy right at your feet. You might think, oh, he wants to play fetch. But it actually goes so much deeper than just a game.
Think about it. They are bringing you the thing they treasure most in the world. For an animal, sharing a valuable resource is a massive sign of trust and affection. It's a true gift, a genuine offering that basically says you are more important to them than their most prized possession. And hey, if you're loving cracking these secret codes, this is exactly what we do over on the Love Dogs channel. We're all about building a community for people who just want to understand their best friends on a much deeper level. So this whole idea of offering you something precious is a sign of deep love, which leads us right into our next set of behaviors, the ultimate signs that show your dog feels completely and totally safe with you.
Has your dog ever just turned their back to you and sat down? It can feel a little rude, right? Like you're being ignored. But it's actually one of the biggest compliments your dog can possibly give you.
See, in the animal world, turning your back is a huge risk. It leaves you totally vulnerable. So when your dog does this with you, they are showing you absolute 100% trust. They feel so secure that they can completely let their guard down because they know you've got their back.
And this trust, it goes even deeper when they're asleep. If your dog sleeps with their back literally pressed right up against you, they are basically declaring you their safe space. It means they trust you to protect their most vulnerable side, even when they're completely out of it.
Now, this deep sense of trust often turns into some very loyal and, well, sometimes kind of quirky, protective behaviors. Do you ever wonder why your dog absolutely insists on following you into the bathroom? I know, it feels a little weird, but it comes from this deep-seated pack instinct. In their mind, you're in a vulnerable position, and they are stepping up to be your guard. To your dog, a closed door doesn't mean privacy. It means potential danger on the other side. So they stick close, silently promising that they won't let anything happen to you while you're occupied. So the next time you have a furry little audience in there, just remember, it's not them being strange. It's a profound sense of duty and love. They would literally rather be a little awkward than risk you being unsafe for even a second. And what about when you almost trip over your dog because they're lying right in the middle of a doorway? That's not laziness, my friend. That is strategy. From that central spot, they can keep an eye on where you are and be ready to jump into action at a moment's notice. They're not blocking your path, they're guarding it.
Okay, so beyond these big physical moves, our dogs communicate in some incredibly subtle ways, especially in how they listen to us.
Ah, the head tilt. It is just the cutest thing, right? But it's also a sign of intense focus.
Dogs are literally adjusting their ears to better catch your tone, your words, and the feeling behind them. They are working so hard to understand you. And here's what's really fascinating. Research actually suggests there's a difference. They tend to tilt their heads to the left when they're trying to figure out your emotions, like the tone of your voice. But they'll often tilt to the right when they're processing specific commands or words. It's just incredible proof that they're listening with their whole heart.
A dog's sigh, it's another powerful piece of their language. You know that long, drawn-out sigh when they're curled up next to you? That's pure contentment. It says, I feel safe and life is good. But maybe the most powerful sigh of all? It's the one they let out when you finally get home. A big exhale that just says, you're back. Okay, now I can finally relax.
And finally, let's get into the behaviors tied to scent and physical touch, the ones that really forge the deepest parts of your bond. Okay, I'll admit, it can be a little gross when your dog starts licking your feet, but to them, it's kind of like an emotional wellness check. Your feet carry a whole story about your day through sweat and hormones. And this is how they do it. They have this special sense organ called the Jacobson's organ, which lets them basically taste your mood. So if they sense you're stressed or sad, they'll often lick you more, trying to comfort you in the only way they know how. And for our last one, the infamous sock thief. When your dog steals your socks, it's not just them being naughty. Your clothes carry your strongest scent, and to them, that scent is like comfort food. They curl up with your sock just to feel close to you. It's not about destruction, it's about devotion. So, as you can see, all these quirky, funny, and sometimes confusing little habits, they all weave together to strengthen that incredible unspoken bond that you two share.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's that these aren't just random dog quirks. That welcome stretch is a shout of pure joy. That back turn is a quiet statement of complete trust. And yes, even that stolen sock is a little bundle of love they're holding on to.
The thing is, your dog is constantly talking to you, telling you in 100 different ways how much you mean to them. The only real question is, are you listening?
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to keep learning the amazing secrets of your dog's language, please be sure to subscribe to Love Dogs. After all, understanding them better is the greatest gift we could ever give them in return.